Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is Twit.
Bandwidth for iFive for the iPhone is provided by Cashfly at CACHEFLY.com.
This episode of iFive for the iPhone is brought to you by Harry's, for guys and gals who want a great shave experience for a fraction of what you're paying now. Go to harrys.com. Get $5 off your first purchase by entering the code iFive when you check out. Hello, everybody, and welcome to iFive for the iPhone, episode 89. The march to 100 continues. This is the approachable, girl-next-door version of a show that covers the latest iPhone news and apps and tips and even tricks. I'm Sarah Lane, your plain Jane guide to all things iOS, and we've got a fabulous show for you, as always. Number 1. Few folks have written in to ask us to cover Acompli, which is a new iPhone email client, which was actually Leo's app cap from this very week's episode of iPad Today, but it's technically an iPhone app, so I figure we've got to show it off here, right? Lo and behold, our buddy Jordan from Melbourne, Australia, has a really good synopsis of why Acompli is so great, so let's read Jordan's review and pretend it's in an Australian accent. I've always loved Mailbox. It's fundamentally changed the way that I do email, but there's a catch. It only works with my personal Gmail accounts, not my work and school Exchange accounts. A new app surfaced last week called Acompli, which works for both Gmail and Microsoft Exchange accounts. The best way I can describe it is as a feature-rich mobile version of Microsoft Outlook. It's similar in a way to Mailbox, where you can easily archive and delete messages with swipe, although no batch archive and delete is available. I really like how Acompli puts everything in one app. I have my email, calendar, contacts right there without switching apps. The other feature I find tremendously useful is the Files section, where it collates all of the email attachments either sent or received. Acompli gives you enough power and tools to have your entire work and personal email in one app. I think it's done a pretty good job, and it's definitely laughing at the default mail client for iOS. I just think it's more suited to Exchange accounts than Gmail ones. I'll still keep using Mailbox for Gmail. Well, Jordan, I think you sum up why Acompli is fantastic and also why it's limited. Great job. Could not have said it better myself, so I didn't. By the way, if you have app reviews like Jordan and would like to dramatically have them read by me, you can send them to iFive@twit.tv. Number 2. So, by now you know that Facebook is stripping the messaging feature from its mobile app and then instead forcing you to use Facebook Messenger specifically. We've mentioned this a few weeks back. You can get around this by using the mobile web version of Facebook, but honestly, as an iPhone user, you're really better off embracing Messenger because it's a pretty nice app. I also suspect that this is the future of WhatsApp, which Facebook bought recently for almost all of the money in the entire world. Why wouldn't they fold WhatsApp into a Facebook-branded experience? Just makes sense, right? So let's talk about what's new in Messenger 5.0. Sending photos and voice messages is easier. Meet. Everything is front and center. You can also send videos from your camera roll, and when people send you videos, you just play them right inside the app. You don't get dumped into a new window or anything like that. Photo sharing is better. You just take a photo and you send it while you're still in the conversation. And I know stickers are kind of dumb, but the kids love them, and Facebook loves the kids, so when somebody sends you a sticker, now you can press and hold on it, and then you get the same sticker pack for yourself. I have to say, I kind of like Facebook stickers. Help me express myself through non-existent cartoon animals, damn it. Then there's improved search. Enter the names of people and groups, and they'll come up more quickly. So if you use Facebook, chances are you use Messenger, or at least will in the future. So it's good to know that the team really is working to make it better. Many of us still hold on to SMS as a preferred way to text, and I really don't even know why, but we do. But this is actually better. It's just a matter of time before the tide turns. Number 3, we got a duh tip from Eric, who writes, I just figured this out when trying to listen to iFive audio while driving. I subscribe to the video podcast, and I watch it when I can, but at times, like when I'm driving, it's not so practical. If you start the video podcast and push the power button to lock the phone, the podcast pauses. If you push the power button again, you can resume the podcast, but only the audio will play back. Then you push the power button again to turn off the display. So the podcast audio continues to play, and your battery is conserved by keeping the display off when you're not looking at it. Now, I'm certainly not one to limit your consumption of iFive episodes, Eric, so I think this is a great tip, but it also works the same with any video podcast. It's not just ours that's special. For example, I sometimes watch French podcasts, and I prefer to look at them because I like to see how words are spelled, but audio in the car is better than not practicing at all, so this tip really does come in handy. This episode of iFive for the iPhone is brought to you by Harry's. New advertiser alert, everybody. You know what industry has gotten completely ridiculous? Razors. Shopping and paying for overpriced razors is a part of life for those of us who want, you know, smooth legs or faces, but the prices you see at grocery stores are insulting. $4 per razor for Procter & Gamble's Gillette Fusion. Over time, those are crazy prices. They're gonna drain your bank account. Razors are so expensive that retailers have installed theft prevention systems in razor aisles, and sometimes it can take up to 10 minutes for somebody to unlock them for you. That is just not good use of your time. These aren't precious stones here. So the alternative is for us to go with a cheap razor, and those suck too. So we have a final choice. Harry's is giving it to us. For the first time, we get a great shave at a fair price. Harry's was founded less than a year ago by two guys, pretty cool guys, Andy and Jeff, who knew that there was a better way. So here's what Harry's does. They focus on giving a great shaving experience for a fraction of the price of other razor blades. They have a nice, clean product design. It's less, but it's better, and high-quality blades. That's what's important. Engineered at their own factory in Germany for sharpness and strength. And you can order online and just skip going to the razor aisle for the rest of your life. Jeff is one of the co-founders. He's also co-founder of eyewear brand Warby Parker, who has also been a sponsor here at Twit. Many similarities in the way that Harry's razor model emphasizes great design, craftsmanship, good value, and personal and dedicated customer service. If you go to harrys.com and you order the engraved Winston set, it'll get shipped to your door. The look and feel is lovely, and it'll give anybody who wants a great shave a great shave. Go to harrys.com, that's HARRYS.com, and use the promo code iFive, that's IFIVE, and get $5 off your first purchase. Why not? harrys.com, promo code iFive. And thanks to Harry's for their support. Number 4. You might remember my sad, cracked iPhone screen from last week's show. By the way, everything's fixed. If this happens to you, though, and it happened to me, you know it can be a huge hassle to get fixed, and not cheap either. Michael wrote in with a tip so you can know some of your options. He writes, thought I'd share an app that would help you and your viewers. iCracked allows you to find and connect with a local technician to fix or sell your broken iDevice. They have many technicians located throughout the U.S. Once you've contacted one and discussed prices, they meet you whenever and wherever you want to fix your device. It took them 15 minutes and $130 to fix my shattered iPhone 5. Thank you, Michael, because you know what I paid? $295. At the Apple Store. This is US based, so those of you outside the US can't take advantage of this app, but I figured I'd still pass it along because it'll apply to a lot of you. Know your options because the Genius Bar is not always your cheapest one. Finally, number 5. We got an email from Karen in beautiful Cancun, Mexico, who's got an issue with her iPhone 5 that I have had as well. She writes, I have an iPhone 5 and I've been having some problems with the sleep-wake button. It works maybe 2 out of 10 tries. How can I be sure if it's a software or a hardware problem? So like I said, I did have this problem with my iPhone 5, the iPhone before the 5S, and it's really frustrating. You're hitting this thing and it just doesn't seem right. In my case, it was a hardware issue. And it might be yours too, Karen. In fact, enough people have had the problem that Apple actually set up a website to determine your serial number. And if you suspect you have a faulty iPhone, you enter that serial number. If it qualifies, then you can have your sleep-wake button mechanism replaced free of charge on your iPhone 5. This is a brand new program in the US and Canada. is live. For other countries, it'll be available as of this Friday, May 2nd. And it's okay if your phone is out of warranty because this is Apple trying to make good on something that the company realizes is basically a recall situation. Karen, I'm sorry that your iPhone has sleep-wake issues, but I hope this is your solution, and we'll have that link to the serial number check site in our show notes at twit.tv/iFive. Oh, and one more thing before we go. We got an email from Connie about last week's review of Breeze, the new motion activity app from the Runkeeper folks. And I gave it a glowing review, but Connie writes, I'm sure others have told you, but in case they haven't, Breeze only works on the 5S. I tried it on my lowly 5, and I got a message that it wasn't for my 5, so I guess I'll stick with Moves. Yes, Connie, a bunch of people actually wrote in about this, and that's my bad. Breeze is great, but I should have pointed out that it is 5S compatible only, at least for now. However, Moves, which is it's a good competitor app, just got bought by Facebook, so one can only hope that it makes the product better. Nothing ever just stays the same, does it? And that's about it for this edition of iFive, but don't worry, we've got show notes that live forever at twit.tv/iFive, app links, subscribe links. Just go on over there and have a ball. Email us at iFive@twit.tv, leave us a voicemail at 614 on iFive, or send us a video with an app review of your own, or write it out. That works too. I'm Sarah Lane, this is iFive for the iPhone, and I'll see you all next week.